this is from the old D&D website. Like, it's so old that I'm getting this from the Wayback Machine. This article's all the way from 2013, and he goes over his top 10 DM tips. Number 1, honor the social contract. If your players are behind you and behind the game, do them the service of running the campaign fair and square. Number 2, forget what the rules say about building encounters. A roller coaster needs peaks and valleys to be fun. Design encounters that you think your players will enjoy. Easy encounters can be just as fun and memorable as hard ones, and a TPK doesn't have to spell the end of the campaign. Like, hands down, great advice. You have a combination of easy, medium, hard encounters. Sometimes you might think a hard encounter, but it turns to easy. Maybe an easy encounter turns hard. Like, it's okay for things to go back and forth or just not the way you thought they were. And like he says here, TPK doesn't have to be the end of the campaign. It could be a beginning of the campaign or the middle of the campaign. You never know. Just, it doesn't have to be the end. It's a great tip. Number 3, look to storytelling giants for inspiration. I'm not talking about other DMs, but rather actors, writers, and directors with a gift for storytelling. I love looking at my favorite books, movies, TV shows for ideas, taking little bits of each and mashing them up together into my own thing. I find that works really well for me in creating something different enough while also allowing me to like understand and be able to better improvise, because if I know an NPC or something is a combination of these two characters that I like from popular culture, I know how they're going to talk, how they might react to things and stuff like that. And I find that's easy for me. It may not work for everyone, but it works for me. Number 4, think of 3 big stories. Make them as pillars of your campaign. Let the PC's actions and decisions determine which of these stories becomes important, but keep the other stories moving forward to make your world feel alive. Yeah, this is essentially having multiple fronts and other stuff that is happening in the world around the characters. And so you can have 3 different bad guys doing stuff, but the characters pick one of them, and the other 2 get to move forward and do things. Or maybe just one bad guy has multiple plans in place, because the bad guy isn't just gonna have one plan. They're gonna have plans on backups, and if they foil one, the others move forward, but there's still a sense of like accomplishment. Number 5, record everything that happens. If a player says something clever, write it down. If you name a tavern or NPC on the fly, write it down. If the session ends with one character lying face down in a pool of blood with 2 failed death saves, write that down too. Don't trust your memory, it will betray you. 100%. Every time I'm like, oh, I'll remember, and then 2 months go by because we have a hard time scheduling the next game, and I'm like, where were we? Write it down. It helps so much. I mean, last time I took a photo of like what was going on, just so that I would know, I would have something to come back to, and I put that in my notes too. Number 6, let the players bring the food. You have plenty of other things to worry about. Exactly. Like, the players could be helping out with scheduling, food, taking their own notes, making maps, keeping a little journal together for everybody about what's going on. There's a bunch of different ways that the players can help the DM take the load off. Number 7, do what you must to keep the campaign alive. Sometimes that means swapping out players from time to time. Surround yourself with supportive players and they'll keep the campaign alive for you. Other times that means ditching storylines that aren't going anywhere and taking the plot in a new direction. Like, in game, you should be able to focus on what the characters care about, so move in that direction. But out of game, if you have players that aren't able to make it for a while, it's totally okay to bring somebody else in, or pause the game, or keep playing without them. There's a bunch of different ways to play a different game for a little bit until your friend is able to make it back to the main campaign. Bunch of different ways that you can go about doing it, for sure. 8, this is a great one. Lighten up. It's just a game. If you and your players aren't having fun, you're doing something wrong. Don't let the campaign get too dark. D&D offers a welcome reprieve from the doldrums of the real world, or at least it should. Yeah, sometimes having every situation be morally gray and everybody's wrong and also everybody's right in their own way can be kind of exhausting for a while. Sometimes it's nice to just have a clear bad guy we can go beat up on. Number 9, don't forget to roleplay. It is a role-playing game. Get into character, practice your funny voices. Usually I urge people to be themselves behind the screen, but don't pass up the chance to be someone else for 5 minutes. Yeah, you don't even necessarily have to make a funny voice, but just pretend to be somebody else for a moment. Make decisions in their shoes can be nice to get out of your head for a while, like for sure. Roleplay isn't always about voices and accents. There are many good DMs out there that never make a voice, and it doesn't matter. Like, that has nothing to do with a compelling character, a deep character, or a good story. It has nothing to do with the dungeon master making a funny voice or not, or even just a regular voice. Number 10, don't be afraid. Tell your story, let the players tell their stories, and make the most of it. Pull out the big guns, aim high, and don't let up. Not everything will be perfect, but every game session is a new chance to get it right. The only thing you have to fear is running out of ideas, and that will never happen. Yeah, this is great. You just gotta, at the end of the day, spending time with your friends around the table making a fun story is what it's all about. So if don't worry too much about something falling flat or not. A lot of the times that's how you're feeling and the players loved it. You can really never know unless you ask them. But every session is a new chance to have fun, and I'm not looking for a 10 out of 10 session. I'm looking for more 8 out of 10 sessions, more 9 out of 10 sessions. How can I get my average from a 6 or 7 to a 7, 8, an 8, 9? I don't like a 10 out of 10. I don't know if that's ever gonna happen. Just give me more 8s and 9s. And the most important session is the next one. In the middle of the session, it's that one. But once that one's done, I don't need to be thinking 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, the end of the campaign. I need to think of the next one right now. How can I make this session fun for my players and fun for me? What do you think?